energy.
Are we doing countdown? Because we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, no, it's not on because it would be evening for her, but welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and maximize your money. Today, we're talking about something that still happens every year around the country. We're focused on Wisconsin, where hundreds of Black people camped out in freezing temperatures just to be first in line for a new pair of, you guessed it, Air Jordans. When you look at the footage, it almost looks like Armageddon. Sneaker culture has been a big part of Black culture for decades. Jordans, in particular, have become more than just shoes. They become a symbol of style, status, and identity in many communities. But moments like this also raise questions about hype, consumer culture, and what people are willing to do to get their hands on the next drop. Today, I'm joined by some amazing queens to have this conversation with. I have Aisha Verzi, our financial services expert, Miss Black Hollywood, who is an executive producer extraordinaire, Renee, safety self-advocate. Okay, there we go. I'm like, and myself, Dr. Naja Vet, brand your brilliant strategist and business coach. In our audience, welcome. In the chat and panelists, have you ever stood in line for a pair of Jordans? I'll start with the youngest on the panel. Tier, have you ever stood in line for some Jordans?
No, I have never stood in line for Jordans, but I did buy my first Jordan. There was something about, I was about 19 years old when I was like, it was like $130. I was like, in the store, I said, I just want to say that I've bought one of these. Like, I just want to say that I've done this whole thing. So I bought some Jordans, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I couldn't jump higher or do nothing, but I definitely wore them Jordans, baby. You know, it felt like a status symbol, and I was very much into brands at the time. So
status symbol. Mm-hmm. All right, what about you, Renee? Have you ever stood in line for some Jordans?
Never, ever, and never will.
Never will. Okay, what about you, Aisha?
Never.
No?
No.
I haven't either. And I literally I got my first pair of Jordans at 45. I requested them as a gift for graduation. So everybody was like, what about graduation? What for graduation? I'm like, I don't know. And so I'm thinking about all these crazy things. And I got a Teflon bag because I wanted one of those. And I wanted this black bag from Active Black. And I was like, some Jordans. Let me get some Jordans. And so somebody ran me some Jordans, and they are the most uncomfortable shoes. I'm 49. I've had them for 4 years, and I've worn them less than 5 times in 4 years. They're so uncomfortable.
What brand did they give you? I
bought them myself. I went and picked them out. I don't know.
The retros, you don't know what kind they are? Nope. You ain't no Jordan fan.
On one of our breaks, if I have enough time, one of the videos, I'll run and grab them. I'll show them to you. I mean, if we get, as a matter of fact, after we're gonna take a video. We're about to watch this video right now so we can see Armageddon. While we're watching, I'm gonna run and grab them because I know where they're at because I don't wear them enough.
No, it's gonna take you. Wait, is it gonna take you 13 seconds to go get them? Because Armageddon only gonna take 13.
Less than 13. Look it, I'm halfway. I'm halfway.
All right, here we go. Okay, y'all. Here we go. Linnell's gonna go run get her J's, and I'm gonna play video. Go. Wait, you gotta see the video.
Hell
okay,
yeah, so
I'm thinking more Black Friday than Armageddon. That feels very Black Friday.
Right. I just mean
videos where you see they open Walmart doors and people be like, boom.
I mean, yes, but like just the idea of like them running like there's something wrong, like something like there's like a spooky killer outside. Like, why are we running like that for Jordans?
And
People
tripping
got
over.
trampled on, huh?
Yeah.
They want to be
And
first. They want to make sure they don't sell out. They want to get in line early. What is
true.
the longest? Go ahead, Aisha. Go ahead.
I said true. What you said. They want to get in line first. So they don't run out. Get what they want.
Is it that I was going to ask? Do we understand sneaker culture, and or have we gotten too old? But I don't think that's what it is, because they've been doing this for years, like for years. So it's not an age thing, because Jordan. Perfectly okay. How about this? Jordan hasn't played basketball in how many years? Decades? Hasn't it been 20 years at least? I'm 49. I know he ain't played in for like 20 years.
Let's see. When's the last time?
But the point I'm making is these babies who are running out here to get are these young people getting them, or are these grown folks? Because these babies don't even know, haven't seen Jordan. You know what I'm saying? When you think about sneaker culture, Renee, do you think that it is status? Is it the player? Because back when we were growing up, it was people watched Jordan. They came off of watching Jordan play. So it was like, I need to have Jordan shoes so I can play like Jordan. These young kids, they don't know Jordan. So do you think it's sneaker culture? Is it celebrity status? Why do you think that the hype is still what
Sneaker culture is status, and it makes you feel good. Just like, for a lady go get a Gucci purse and put it on her back and only got $2 in the purse, right? But that purse makes her feel good, and it shows some type of status. So the sneaker culture is all about status. And, I remember, you have the little kids, they put on the Spider-Man shoes with the blinkies, and then they like, so I guess it gives people, they make them feel like they got some type of power and feel good about it. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you think people are buying these shoes because they love them, or because like you're somebody if you got Jordan on? And again, I want to say that we saw Jordan hasn't played since 2003. That's 23 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Hasn't played since 2003. A lot of, watch what I say. I'm going to say prominent, not more, just prominent players have come since him, right? You have your Kobe, you have your LeBron, you have all these other folks who have come and put shoes out. I believe Shaq had a shoe at one time. A couple of folks have had shoes at one time. They have not lasted the test of time. I can't even tell you anybody else's shoe other than Jordan. So do you think that people are buying sneakers because they love them, or because it's Jordan? Because so many other sneaker brands have come and gone, and no, we don't stand in line. Not we, but them, people don't stand in line for shoes like they do, except for Jordans.
Status. It's all about status.
Oh, that was for Aisha. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Renee. But Aisha, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all about status and a sense of belonging. Like, wow, I have a pair of Jordans, and everybody talks, even abroad. Everybody knows Jordans, right? So Jordan. So I can see why it's part of the status, and just also how it makes them feel. So it goes both ways. That's how I feel, because my son, when he went to high school, of course, you see all the classmates have Air Jordan, and the first thing he wanted was an Air Jordan as well, because he wants to be a sense of belonging and also feel like, wow, it's my status. I can afford this expensive sneakers. So it's crazy that I think it's both.
Somebody commented in the chat, the Jordan brand has a phenomenal marketing team that has pretty much kept Nike relevant decades later. You can buy them from a sneaker dealer now. I was looking for the one. They have Jordans on sale right now in Fortnite. Jordan brand is paramount, even in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add to that? Because I was just about to say, I'm so glad somebody says it. Just the idea of us being marketed to 24/7, and what it feels like when we don't even know at this point that we're being marketed to. But Jordan in particular, I read the book Phil Knight wrote about his creation for Nike. And the book is called Shoe Dog, which is one of my favorite books. And it talks about how transformative Jordan was the first. Jordan, his deal with Michael Jordan was the first of its kind. And it also was, it saved Nike. It also like created this it redefined the sports, like sports and sports marketing, and you know, that whole be like Mike, and you're stronger, faster, better if you have J's. I mean, it really, they really went into because it was the first of its kind, it really came to define what sports marketing looks like. So I think we're just seeing that it's a brand, like I think somebody said earlier, like Gucci, like the Louis Vuitton of sports marketing. It was the first. And so I think that's why we also feel like that it's held up in like the greatest of all times stature, because it is.
So, you brought up a good point. I was getting ready to ask some questions around marketing. Has social media made sneaker culture more extreme? Is scarcity marketing a strategy? But then you started talking about Gucci, because I was going to go with, he doesn't even market the shoe. Like, he doesn't even show up and market the shoe. We don't even really see Jordan, right? It's just a name and a phenomenon and a bigger than life type of a situation. But when you bring up like your Gucci's and your Louis Vuitton, etc., we don't see them either, right? You're literally buying the name, the status, what it means to own this particular thing. So he does not necessarily have to show up and do marketing. Social media hasn't necessarily made it more extreme, because people were out there standing in the cold long before social media came. So it's not social media. It's not, but I can't, I will say, I think it might be scarcity marketing, Renee. Do you think that, whether it be Nike or a corporate, because it's not just Nikes that this happens for, Beyonce tickets, it happens for, Apple products, it happens for. So it's not just a Nike thing. Is it a scarcity thing around, if you don't have these, if you're not in this room, if you don't see this concert, if you don't get this phone, you're not one of the cool kids.
Right. It's not only scarcity, they have made it like a gamification process now. It's all about, and then you have the, how can I say, the crowd versus the resellers. The resellers are there in the line too, trying to get those Jordans. So, so the scarcity, the gamification that they have now, the loyalty packages that they give people, is all, they've made it a whole thing, a whole ritual of going to get those Jordan's tennis shoes. So it's definitely, they have done some excellent psychological marketing. It should be studied well.
Absolutely. Hey, executive producer, can we see that slide again one more time?
I was about to say, I accidentally did that, so I apologize. I was trying to add it just as an option, but here are, so this is what I Googled. I Googled what other things, because I didn't want us to get on this show and just be like, because of black people, all black people do is consume, and black, and it's so embarrassing, and black people and whatever, right? I didn't want us to do that. So I was like, what other things do white people camp out for? And this is what do white people camp out for?
iPhones,
so
PlayStation.
The iPhone was at the top of the list. PlayStations, Xbox consoles.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. TVs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Discounted black.
Now there it is. I have stood in line for a Black Friday deal. For my TV is in my room in my living room right now. It's like a 70-inch TV. I did stand in line for about 3 hours or so for that TV. Now I will stand in line for a Black Friday deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Does anybody else feel like they would stand in line for a Black Friday deal?
Yeah, I'll stand in line for Black.
Just can't do. I can't do it. To me, it feels like, people literally die. This is like a culture where people literally die. People have been trampled on by seeing people run like what you saw. It's like, oh, people just running for Black Friday. People got like trampled on.
But I'm in a line. You're not in the front. Like, let's say the store opened at 4. I got there at 5. So I was in the line that was around the corner. So they was like slowly letting people in. You know what I'm saying? And this is like, let's say 5-6 years ago or something like that. Oh, actually, I'm lying to you. It's not the TV I have right now, because I remember where I was living. So, okay. So it's like 10-15 years ago. It's not the TV I have right now.
You know what I stood in line for? I'm going to play this video, but I stood in line to get in Target during the pandemic, right? We were trying to get water. They had us like the lines were like around the corner. I was in Dallas, Texas, during the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic. And literally it was like a process to even get into stores during the pandemic, because there was like food shortages. Did y'all have that during the pandemic?
We all went through that because you couldn't all be in at the same time. So
and they're the same. Oh, because of masks, right? Exactly. So that's the only time that I can think of that I've actually
Here.
like waited on like anything, like in a line. But here, okay, so Lene, I pulled a video of a young man actually going through the process. In one of these videos, they were saying that people were standing outside in temperatures as low as 10 degrees for Jordans. You gonna stand outside 10 degrees for Black Friday?
Not for a
I'm
Jordan, not for a Beyonce ticket, not for a new cell phone. Now $1 million.
Yeah. Maybe.
you might
Maybe.
freeze for it.
New house.
Uno.
Maybe.
First nigga in line. Store don't open in 13 more hours, but we fucking here.
To be here this early, man.
What time I gotta be here?
Nobody can be here until 6 in the morning.
He can't
6
even
in
be
the
there.
morning?
Yep. Doors open at 8. Nobody's allowed on property until 6.
Alright, bro.
More hours?
I'm second in line. I'm on the mall floor. Back hurting. Line fat. I'm leaving here with something. The first nigga that was in line, he wanted the 4s. Bitch ass nigga. If you watching this, you're still a bitch. Cool. Got the off-white lot 11s. $1. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I wouldn't lie to y'all. $1. Can't beat this, man. But it's not over. Nigga just asked me, you trying to sell those? I end up letting them go for $3.30. $1 to $3.30. You do the math, nigga. You know it.
Be safe, bro.
You too, gang.
So that wasn't even for Jordans. He was just those weren't Jordans. So he was just out there because they was having a sale at a store. But it's just that whole idea of getting there the night before. Even the security guard was like, "Man, you can't be out here this early. You gonna spend a night for dollar shoe?"
Yeah, I've seen and they do it. They do it at the what do you call that? The clubs. Like there's nobody in the club, but they'll have you standing all around the corner, and then you got to keep trickling down, and then you get in there and you're looking around. It's like, but I stood out there for like an hour to get in this club. So it's they do that to make it's strategy to make everything seem big and what do you call it? Scarcity and stuff. I've done that for a chicken sandwich one time. I was standing in line. They had us out there for an hour, got in there and ate that. I was like, really?
Listen, somebody died over Popeye's chicken sandwich. Yes, like it was a thing. Rest in peace to him. He got somebody was like, no, you in line, you got to get to the back. You can't just walk in here because you want a chicken sandwich. It's a Popeye's chicken sandwich. And that man died for that chicken sandwich. It's just like, it's a lot. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't want Black people dying for chicken ever. I don't care what it is. A piece of chicken, a chicken nugget, a chicken leg, not at all. No chicken, no watermelon, no nothing.
None of that now.
Listen. Okay, so I think it's not funny. It's not funny. We're not laughing. We're not lost.
Not laughing at the guy. That's sad.
I don't like no chicken incidences with Black people. I just not at all for anything.
They really
Embarrassing.
So we talked about scarcity marketing, but I think some of it, is FOMO too, fear of missing out.
Yes.
So the question then becomes, do we think that these lines are part of the brand's marketing? Because fear of missing out says supply and demand. The more people who want it, the more people who want it. One of the tactics, one of the strategies, being a strategist that I am, one of the strategies that clubs use is hold them outside so that people will see the line. Mm-hmm. Like that's a strategy. If you drive past the club or you're trying to decide you're going to go in a club and you see a line, you automatically think, oh, it's a lot of people in there. So you'll want to go in. And you might go in and be the one of the first people there, ain't nobody there, or you might go in, there's a lot of people. But the strategy is, if other people see that somebody wants it, they will want it too. Yeah. It's a marketing strategy. There's 100 seats available, only 40 left. Okay, so 60 people already bought. Like it's how we think. If somebody else is going to be there, I want to be there too. Yeah. What can we do what does this say about consumer culture then, with regards to, I might say, keeping up with the Joneses, Aisha? Like why do we want to be and have what everybody else has? Because when you think about it, it's the new shoe. Mm-hmm. Everybody got it. So you really just got what everybody has.
It's so funny. I think it's all about status and just the association that, oh, if I have this, like the Joneses do, I must be important. I match and I'm part of that association and that group. I think as human beings, we like that. We want to feel like we belong, sense of belonging. And then if it has to do with something that's material, oh, wow, that means I'm rich. I have money. These are the kind of people that I hang with because of what I own or what I have. So I think being in that kind of space, that is just what it gives us, that status and association. It's people look at me, they see me in one way because I have these things. I can afford them. It means I have money. It means that I'm cool. It means that I know what's going on in the fashion industry, or I know what is up, right? What is the new thing? I know I am part of that group. I think that's why. And keeping up with the Joneses is tough, but people do that sometimes. It's just way out of control. And you ask yourself, why would I want to do that all the time? Again, just association and belonging, and our culture kind of pushes that sometimes as well, because it makes us feel like we're doing well. I'm doing something
Yeah.
good.
And like my son, you know, I'm glad he's not watching this show, but he had the little baby fat on him when he was growing up. And so, the kids, said some things, and then, I don't know, his friends say, hey, let's go get some Jordans. And after that, he started buying Jordans, and then now he's the cool guy, and he has the updated shoes. Of course, on his dime, because I made him go to. I say you have to get you a little job to buy those shoes because I'm not buying them. But he got his little skating ring job, and every check he got, he went and got him some Jordans, and now he's the cool little pudgy guy now with his Jordans on.
So you actually were about to get this next question, and so I'm glad you opened with that. And we're not going to make it about your son. So you told that story. So we won't make it about your son. But do people sometimes confuse status with value? Renee, that's for you.
They do. They confuse status with value, and the value of how that makes it like Aisha was saying, it makes people feel good, that you have those shoes on or whatever it is, it makes you feel good, and you feel in this status, and it brings up and whatever you have to say, any insecurity that you may have inside, that temporary feel good and fix helps.
And you said temporary, which is a good word. Tiara, do you think that people are chasing culture or chasing attention?
Yeah, so all of this conversation made me look up the lyrics of like All Falls Down, right, by Kanye West. And it really beautifully it articulates what we're saying, right? So part of the verse is like, then I spent $400 on this just to be like, hey, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without a ones that's clean or a shirt with a team. It seems we're living the American dream. The people highest up have the lowest self-esteem. So I just want to say that, shout out to Kanye West. But I was just thinking about like how it really isn't about keeping up with the Joneses. It's to say like, I have more. Like, you ain't even up on this. Like, you can't even be in this room. You can't even, this is exclusive. And you ain't even, and there's like a competition that we have with one another to one up each other, if that makes sense. Like, it's not, I don't know if it's about, I think it's just about being able to be like, I'm in this space that you're not in. You're not even on my level, kind of thing. And I don't know where we got that from. Well, we got it from America. We got it from, Western culture, but it's very individualistic and materialistic, and, so I think that's what that was.
So you make a valid point. Do you think that sneaker culture is still tied to basketball and hip hop? Are we still dumb? So when we think about sneakers and we think about, and really, honestly, all I can go to is Nike. I know we have Reeboks. I know we have Adidas.
Nike was the first.
Balance. But Nike, when you think about sneakers, when you think about status and class, you're thinking Nike, right? I don't know if anybody's standing in line for the next Adidas drop, or you know what I'm saying? Unless I think when Beyonce has that partnership, maybe, but nobody really stands in line for these other brands. So is are sneakers still tied to basketball and or hip hop culture today, or is it really just status and swag?
Yeah, I think hip hop gave us a lot of culture. I think it gave the world culture, right? Everybody is checking to hip hop to see what's cool, what's in from here to Africa, from here to Japan, wherever, like hip hop has created a culture and it made Black people very cool. Unfortunately, we don't own that culture, right? It's that we're not benefiting in the way that we should monetarily, but we did create the culture for the world. People look to us for style and grace and what's in. That's just what it is. So I think I think yes. I think we look to celebrities, and we live in a very celebrity driven culture where people are constantly praising and looking and seeing what celebrities have and what's new in the culture and what's cool. And I think that'll be, as long as Black culture exists, y'all. That'll be I think it'll be that'll be the theme. That'll be what it is.
So you brought up a good point. You talked about owning, right? And
Mhm.
one of the questions I have here, do young people see sneakers as investments? And they should, right? We always talk about you should own wherever you go the most, whatever you wear the most, wherever the companies that you're investing in with your dollars, invest in with your dollars, right? And so I looked it up as of this very moment today. Nike stock is $54.39. So it's very reasonable to buy. But here's the caveat. Adidas stock is $141. Interesting, right? Because you would think in reverse. Question, I don't know if this is true. Do you think Nike stock is lower because it's looked at as a Black cultural company? We wear Nikes versus like Adidas, skater shoes, white boy shoes. What's my favorite little company? What's the little white company? Vans. I love me some Vans. I didn't look it up, but I'm intrigued by the fact that Nike is 1/3 of Adidas stock. I wonder why. Financial expert Aisha Verzi, why do you think that is? Why would Nike stock, being Jordan's brand, only sell for $54? It just went down, $54.37, and Adidas is selling for $141.
Yeah, there could be a lot of factors that could make that be the case, but I'm not sure that it is ties to whether it's because it's our
Culture.
kind of culture that buys that. I don't think that when it comes to finance, it comes to the numbers. And sometimes too, if they want market share, they might bring down the price so that they can actually gain more clients. But the thing is, we're not taking advantage of that. Right, we're not taking advantage of getting the Nike stock so we can actually own them. But there's probably more factors than just that, and also, maybe they did a split. Sometimes if the price maybe was very high, and then they did a stock split to bring the price down. So many factors will come to play when it comes to that. And then also now, like what you just said, I believe that we should buy into those companies instead of just buying the product as a consumer. We should also own it. So this is a good price. If that's the price of Nike, Nike is going to be around as long as we have babies and children. We're always going to have Nike. So that means we should go buy some more Nike stocks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at the open, the high, the low. So yeah, definitely buy some Nike stock, especially if your children are young. Like own what you're wearing, right? So teaching that at a young age. Let's go to. Do we have another video? Let's go to another video.
So now we get into the preaching. Let her preach to you. Where's okay. Okay. It doesn't want to load for me, so I'll go somewhere else with it.
Okay. We're gonna go somewhere else with it.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. 1 second.
Let's see. Deborah says, I love the comedian Godfrey, although he's Nigerian. He always stands up for Black Americans because the world wants to mirror everything we do, but don't want to respect us. Adidas is older as well as it relates to popularity. We didn't start wearing Nike until Jordan. Okay.
Here we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Because it speaks so much to the reason why we are in the position that we are in today in this country, not just as a nation, but even as a race, even as a community, the Black people, Black race, the Black community. Because people don't know who they are outside of a brand, outside of a label, outside of a designer logo. Black people spend more than $1 trillion in the American economy each year. That's more than the GDP of entire countries like Canada. Our spending is stronger than nations. Yet we lack the self-discipline within ourselves to tap into our ancestry, the power within ourselves, take that same money out of an economy of a nation that hates us, take money out of corporations that fund systems and nations that hate us. We lack self-discipline in that regard so much because we lack identity. We will fight harder to wear Jordans, like you said. We will fight harder to support people who support this current administration. And we will fight for our own communities. We will fight for the future of the next Black generation. Protect the brand, but we will not protect our Black girls.
Ooh, Jesus.
Ooh, Jesus.
And I'm going to go ahead and pass around the collection plate right now and just give what you feel. What let the Lord use you.
Let him lead. Let him use you.
Man, oh man. So how can we turn or use or galvanize the support that we have for major brands and drops for our community? And I'm going to let everybody have a little say in this one because I think it's important. When we see, one of the things I always say is our community, we're going to show up in disaster. Let somebody George Floyd somebody. We're going to show up. We're going to stand 10 toes down. We're going to be on the line. But it takes catastrophe or a sale to make us show up, right? It's either going to be something that's horrible or deal or status or culture or something like that. Where is the in between where we can just say, hey, we got this is what's going on in the community. This is what we have to do. This is how we have to support each other, and we show up because we operate like
I don't agree with that, but go ahead.
No, there you go.
I don't agree with that.
Have an opinion. So why don't you agree?
Yeah, because I think once Black people are on code, we understand the assignment. We do the thing.
But you're saying what I'm saying.
But it's not always chaos. Oh, are we boycotting Target? Cool. We all doing it? Cool. Oh, we voting for Kamala? Cool. Let's show up, and then not only show up but raise money. It's not always disaster. I just think once Black people know
it was disaster.
It wasn't disaster. It was an election.
Target took DEI back. Jamal Bryant said, hey, we're not playing these games. We're not gonna let them play in our face. Let's get together and let's do this thing. So it was a response. We responded to something that was considered, again, I didn't get the whole DEI thing because it just came about, but whatever. It was in response to DEI. He didn't do it because, hey, Target is supporting Black-owned businesses. Let's go there and support. He said, no, they're not doing a thing. Let's go there. Let's not go there so that they feel it. But not, hey, there's Black-owned businesses there. Let's make sure we go to Target so we can support these Black-owned businesses. We don't do that.
But we do. I think if you go to TikTok, there are millions of videos of people saying, listen, here are good Black-owned businesses. I think there is absolutely, when you look around, Black support for one another. I think we do it on purpose. I think we are very intentional. And I know what you're saying. Like, okay, the stats are the stats, but we can never believe the stats because they're going to give us stats that are wrong all the time. So I'm just saying, I see us showing up for one another. When you tell Black people what to do, they do it. If you get them, if you put a movement in front of them and they can understand where we're trying to go, even voting for Obama. Really all of it. I think we get on board. I don't think it takes a whole lot for us to get on board. But we have
we show up and then we scatter. You know why? Because of Black Wall Street, because of the other things that happen when we all get together and we say, oh, we're collective and we're going to do this. We got Black Wall Street, we got the banks, everything. And what happens? Boom. So now what we do is we come in, we support what we have to do, and then we out. Mm-hmm. Because why? It's how they structured it. How they structured it because of putting the fear in us that if we all collectively get together and start building all together in this little thing, what's going to happen? We don't know what happened. What happened?
Because I'm not saying that we don't. We do. But I'm going to go with Renee said it. We get together, we do the thing, and we move on. We get furious. We get mad. Or we get happy, again, in the extreme. Oh my God, there's a new Black business in town. Let's go and support. We do the bum rush and we show up and we do the buy black, and then 3 months later, they're going out of business. Like, we're not consistent with how we show up on a regular basis to make sure it dies out or it burns out or we go to the next thing. It's that consistency. And then it's the 80-20 rule. 20% of us, not them, 20% of us are showing up to do the work and carrying the 80 who do not. So I'm not saying we don't. I'm saying we need more of it. Go ahead, Aisha.
Absolutely. It's about the sacrifice and consistency, because anybody can be hot and heavy and crazy for something that happened. But the key is, do we go to the end, or do we just do it for a short time and then we scatter, we disappear? And then what happens? They're no longer what's going on. Like the Black Lives Matter, when they started, I was so excited, but then something happened, everything happened, and it scattered. So many things that the Black community is trying to do, and then within ourselves, we're scattering.
We can't use them.
Thank God we scattered, because they were stealing money. But go ahead.
Because if we matter and we believe that we matter, we need to sacrifice till the end and be consistent and think about long term. It shouldn't be a short term thing where we galvanize and then we scatter. Then nothing continues. No word about it any longer. Oh, this happened, that happened. That's why they're no longer together. And it implodes from inside. We actually are the one that actually destroy it. So it's hard to comprehend. That's why we are not able to build wealth. There was one that Dr. Boyce put out that I thought was so interesting. And the groups of people that are doing very well when it comes to money are those that practice the group economics. And they stick to it till the end. They don't give up. You stick to it till the end. We make sure that all of us do well. But somehow when we start something, it's doing well, something gets thrown in the middle, and then we scatter. Instead of saying, no, what went wrong? Let's fix it so we can continue to grow. But the opposite happens. And I've seen that many times, and it saddens me as well, because I want us to grow and do well. Now we know that Nike is doing this, and we love Jordan. Now let's all say, okay, you know what? We're going to buy stocks in this company and do well as well. Not just buy it and wear it and buy it again and wear it, and that's it, right? We have to do that and be consistent.
So how do we get the trauma out of us? How do we get that trauma? It's trauma. We're experiencing trauma all the time. We get together. We say we're going to do this. And then what happens? That's all I'm saying.
Another shooting, another hanging, another baby goes missing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything we don't know that it is by design, right? Everything is to be a distraction. We're gonna take your money over here in shoes. We're gonna take your money over here in fashion. We're gonna take your money. We're gonna keep distracting you while we are pillaging your community, while we're not giving you loans and capital to create your own businesses in your community and grocery stores and jobs. We're going to let other communities come into your other
and sell your hair and all that stuff.
Exactly. Right. So I think what I'm saying is, if we showed up for each other as consistently, that's the thing, as consistently as we do for Jordan. And by that, I mean in troughs. Mm-hmm. Sleeping out. I have never seen nobody sleep outside of a Black-owned business's launch. Never heard of it. Hell, just if one of my friends, I'm not talking about me specifically, but just if your community supported your launch, like your cousins and them. Hey, my cousin got this new launch. She got a new candle line, a new fashion line, a new album, whatever the case might be. Push it like you push. Hey, Jordan about to do. That's all I'm saying. We got to show up for each other like we are big brands.
Absolutely. I agree.
What did Anonymous say? Anonymous said, who is code enforcement? And I think that it's, you talk about this system, you talk about this system, Dr. Lene, and I hate to get on here and every day and be like, man, it's all related. But, I'm always like, well, who is they? I always ask myself all the time, well, who is they? And I don't know if we can point to a white person and be like, that white person is the one. And they'd be like, what did I do? Right. But I think that there is a system that has been in place for centuries at this point, and that those systems still exist. So systems is they. And when
Systems.
we can't get we can't get the loans and we can't get the grants, and everybody has the mindset that Black people are still this a certain kind of way. I mean, it all kind of plays into the trauma that you're talking about, Renee. It all plays into the disadvantages. It all, and unfortunately, you know, it we just live in a country that's really stripped us of a lot of things. And I just feel like we're resilient regardless. Like,
Oh
I ain't
yeah.
just gonna get on here talking about Black people like we still don't be like
No.
figuring it out. We figure it out every
Every day.
time, even with everything that we are hit with. We be like, okay, well, how can we figure this out? You know,
We're the most resilient people. Not only are
man,
we the most resilient people, I always say if you
creatives,
are living on earth as a Black person, especially specifically, but especially in America, that means your ancestors made it through hell. They said, we're not going to quit. We're not going to give up. We're going to push through. And because of that, we get to sit here and exist today because they did not quit. They did not give up. But when you talk about systems, you're right. It's not one day because it's integrated into our music, our
everything.
celebrities,
Uh,
government, our communities. Because I always say we have too many successful Black folks for the rest of the Black folks not to be successful.
Agreed.
I think this is me. This is for nobody else. I believe that once you get put on, you have to give up some things. I believe because I don't understand how you can have a Jay-Z, for example, who has these billions, so they say, and you can't help the community.
but he
Or,
does.
or
They do.
I'm talking about at large scale. I'm talking about at large scale. I'm not talking about trinkets. I think this is me. I think that look at Diddy. When you get to a certain level, if you start rocking the boat too much, that's a problem. We don't mind if you elevate. We don't mind if you become successful, but you bet not put too many on. You bet not help too many. Donations, yes. Doing a little bit here, yes, but not too much because they don't want too many of us to have that kind of voice or power or come back and help our community. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not saying they don't do anything because they do. You are correct. I'm talking about the scale with which you can do it and not rock the boat of they.
I just think
And
it's
it
a
baffles my
mindset.
mind
It
that
is a mindset.
like Oprah or whomever, they go to Africa and scale up. I'm like, and I keep always saying to my, why aren't they here in America scaling us up and putting in and the building schools and whatnot? So that's
She built, well, she said, like, okay, let me try to do these things for Black people in America. But, Black people in America were consumed with iPhones and Jordans and didn't really value education. So she was like, where can I get the most bang for what I'm trying to do? So can we at least acknowledge that Black people need a certain kind of mindset, that
Yes.
80% that Dr. Lene was talking about? We often have this conversation. Anonymous comes here every day talking about we need reparations. But if you would give Black people reparations right now, the
Don't say it.
majority
Don't
of
say it. They're
them,
gonna get mad, Tara. They're gonna get mad if you say it.
the majority of them would not have no money.
That's
But
right.
within a year, it would be
Spend it.
we wouldn't have the we don't always have the mindset. So there is a group of us that are forward thinking, and thank God that we get to travel around the world really and see these groups of Black people who are forward thinking. And that really changed. Traveling around with Dr. Boyce has really changed my mindset about where we are as a Black community. I think more people want finance. I think more people are going in this direction. We're seeing it. Right.
Yes.
So it's not like we're not going in that direction. We are. Wall Street Trapper, Earn Your Leisure. There's so many people out now who are adding to what Dr. Boyce was doing 20 years ago, right? Adding to these conversations. And I feel like we're starting to get it. Whether you're going to Aristotle, whoever you're going to, you getting your finance information. And I think that's adding to
And
it. I see young Black people all the
Agree.
time talking about, no, we about to buy a house, we're going to scale, we're going to do this, we're going to, I see it all day long. So I think it's moving the needle. It's moving it slowly, but it's moving.
So Anonymous said reparations is not just money. And Deborah said, give us our reparations anyways, it's ours. So here to address your point, reparations, You're right. They're not just money. It could be land.
Yep.
There's a variety of different things, but it does not
Education.
change the fact that the education needs to be there, because if you give some folks some land and some money, they're most likely they could potentially turn around and sell it so they can get the money. So we have to still educate people that, hey, this is your land, this is your heritage, this is your legacy. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Folks value money more than other things. And so it still goes back to knowledge, understanding. Aisha, you deal in finances. What would you say are some of the mental blocks that folks have when trying to become financially literate or understand insurance or real estate or investing? Just the psychological roadblocks in our community, specifically around finances.
A lot of time, there's two things that we always see in those spaces. Is fear. They're always afraid that, oh, well, maybe I don't need it, or I'm scared, I don't understand it, I don't know why, I don't want to learn it. Or greed. Those are the two things. Greed meaning you want to look like who you're not, because really, if you're trying to copy somebody that you don't have that kind of money, you're just being greedy with your eyes. So that causes you to waste more time. And then fear is, oh no, I want to spend it now, because if I don't spend it now, then I may not have it, I may lose it. Those are the two biggest psychological things that we see in the space of finance to do well, to grow well in money, is fear and greed. So unfortunately, as a human being, if we're afraid to take that step, then we get stuck. We don't grow, we don't expand. And then if we're greedy, we're spending our money to do things that we cannot really afford, because our eyes are bigger. We want to do this, want to do that, and then you end up losing at the same time. So those two big things are what really hinders us or gives us a block in our mind psychologically: fear and greed.
We get that from white people. We get that from white people, Renee. I think we get that from white people.
Right. So funny. I said, it's not even about the land. This is why we need code enforcement. If I was the president of the NAACP, things would be a whole lot different. Anonymous, tell us how it would be different. Deborah said, look at tenderism. The Black community came together and now he owns his name and his business. I'm not going to disagree with you. I am going to say that he owns his name because of one Black lawyer, but that he was part of the community. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I think we have some stats.
We do have stats.
Then we got some stats we can look at.
We do.
We got to start a whole nother conversation.
Well, I know. I was just thinking, like, what Aisha said about, like, greed. I just think that, like, you know, the whole YOLO thing with Black people is, like, because we built up things and then they burned them and took them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, let me spend this money before somebody comes and takes it from me. And then greed, I think, is just like an American thing. It's like a white people American thing. Like, it's a cultural white people thing. Like, the whole, like, I need all of it. But Black people are
a movie called, a documentary called American Greed.
Absolutely, there is. I think
it was good. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because Black people are communal. We really are, regardless of what y'all say. Like, regardless, I think Black people are community based. We love each other. It's like, oh, that's my sister. That's just where we come from. I think America teaches us to be like individual, get your own money, get your paper up, forget your friends and your loved ones.
Right. Capitalism, yes.
The global sneaker industry is projected to reach over 120 billion with a B by 2030. Start buying stocks.
Bow, bow, bow.
Rare Jordans have sold for $5,000 or more on the resale market. New Air Jordans typically retail between 180 and 250. I should see if I can sell my Jordans in.
You'll like them.
Limited sneakers can resell for 3 to 10 times their retail price. Listen, stop playing games.
We should buy Jordans and then resell them.
Just hold on to them for a couple of years and then resell them.
Okay.
The global sneaker resale market is estimated to be worth over $10 billion.
Wow.
Michael Jordan played his last NBA game on April 16, 2003. Talk about making money. This dude makes more money not playing basketball than he did.
Royalties. Yep, royalties. That's right.
Oh my God. Do we have another video, Tiara?
We do.
That's time to go get my sneakers.
Oh yeah, go get your sneakers. I'm gonna play the video. We'll see what she's talking about. You got a minute.
I'm gonna go grab them.
Y'all really was out there jumping over people's bodies, knocking people over, and acting like it was a storm coming maybe, and y'all was trying to get the last little few bottles of water, or y'all was, you know what I'm saying, gonna be stuck in some type of pandemic. Why was y'all running and jumping and knocking people over and acting crazy for the fucking Jordans? Like, what the hell is going on? It's not that serious. And it was a lot of fucking black people. Like, I know we are being talked about in so many people fucking, you know, houses, especially in other races. Like, we really was out there jumping over people, fucking stepping on people, and running like it was a fucking Black Friday sale.
So basically, she said we was out there looking like NIGGAs, and other people, you know, were probably talking about us. But I think we already got to that. Like, everybody does this.
Everybody does
It's
that.
an American consumer thing. It's not exclusive to black people. Being black. Lene, let's see them.
This is my shoe.
Very cute.
I thought these were so cute, and I just got the box. They are
What's
Air Jordan 1 MIDSE. Mid. Oh yeah, they're mid. They're mid whatever ankle thing. That's all I know. Air Jordan. I don't know anything else.
They look really cute.
$250.
Let me see them one more time.
I don't remember how much they cost. They're not on here. Yeah,
They look cute.
They are cute.
so bad. Look at you can see look how clean they are in the bottom.
Listen, you better clean those and sell them next year.
You can resell
them. I might have to, because I mean they do not fit. They are not the most comfortable shoes at all. Every time I wear them, I keep thinking maybe it's because my foot is fat. But no, my son says it's because of how I have them laced. He was like, "You have them laced bad. You're supposed to lace them like that." I was like, "I'm trying to be cool."
You got to break them in. You got to wear them enough to break them in.
These are 8.5. I think they're men's 8.5. They're men's 8.5.
Maybe he wants it.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen. How much you letting them go for, Dr. Lene?
Listen, make me an offer I can't refuse. I thought they were cute. But they hurt. They hurt. They hurt. They hurt only on my left foot. My left foot hurts. The right one feels perfect, but the left foot. Oof. He said, "Girl got some big feet." I wear a size 9, and ladies, I wear a women's 9.5. Jordan is a prisoner. Okay, so we did our last video. We did our stats. Before we do our last question, Women's History Month fact: Biddy Mason was a formerly enslaved woman who began one of the first Black female landowners, who became one of the first female Black landowners in Los Angeles. Through smart investments and real estate purchases in the late 1800s, she built significant wealth and helped establish the first Black church in Los Angeles. Shout out to Biddy Mason. All right. As we start wrapping up, I'm going to ask you guys each our final question. Feel free to give your where people can find you, what you do after this last question, which is, what does smarter spending look like? Renee, we'll start with you. What does smarter spending look like? And then let people know where they can find you.
What does smarter spending look like? Looks like smarter spending looks like investing, period. It's just, making sure that you find out what is best to invest in for yourself. And particularly, I'm not a financial advisor, but, looking into stock, crypto, but the smart, and then, also possibly, if you don't want to run a business, what other businesses that you can invest in that will help continue that legacy for you and your family, and to do other things to help other families too. So that's what smart investing looks like to me. And so my name is Renee Williams, founder of Tricycle Sync, where 70% of Black women feel unheard by doctors. We're 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy and complications. It's time to care that sees us. Your health, your voice finally heard. We're an AI-powered app for cycle, menopause, and maternal health, turning Black women's symptoms into receipts. and real care. So I try it and go to trycyclesync.com. And if it's not for you, please, as a community, let other people know. I'm sure there's women out there that need something like this.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Aisha, what does smarter spending look like today?
Smarter spending looks like control. You know where you're spending your money, where your money is going, and you also make sure that whatever it is that you enjoy so much, if you love Jordans, invest in the company as well. Be a part owner of that company, so that way you're also spending your money wisely, right? That to me is what I will say smarter spending, making sure that wherever you spend your money, you also build in that space if possible, right? By owning stocks in that place. And today we're going to talk about insurance. That's where you can find me at, the Black Business School, one of the coaches. But today we're going to have a great event, 5 questions you should ask about life insurance before it's too late. Let's talk about it today. We're meeting today at 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Really spread the word, so we're not afraid to see what's out there for us, so we can really maximize our spending. Thank you.
Awesome. Tiara, same question. What does smarter spending look like today?
I think smarter spending, that smarter spending just looks like balance. Often we are told, everybody is preaching like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you got to make sure that you put all your money here and do this and all of that. I would just say enjoy life and you can enjoy the things that you love, but also, I think like Aisha said, it's just make sure that you're also, putting money away. You're also thinking about your future. You're not just living for today. It's not YOLO, because you're gonna live and then you ain't gonna have nothing for tomorrow if you've spent everything today. So I would just say that. I'm so excited. I don't know if we're doing an event, but I'm so excited for the Fly Nubian Money Club this week because we are doing quite a few things. Like Aisha said, we are doing our Rise event. I promised y'all I was going to have the link today. And do I have the link today? I will share it in the next few seconds in the chat so you can come and learn from Aisha. And then on Saturday, Dr. Lene and I may or may not be getting together for Brilliant, but at the same level. We're going to decide.
We're going to decide, yeah. I don't know
Mhm.
yet.
We're going
We're
to
still
decide.
trying
We
to
don't.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. But if maybe I'll let y'all know tomorrow. But if we do, this is the deal. Like Dr. Lene is gonna come and teach you about why smart women and men, she didn't put it there, plateau in their business. But we want we want you to come to our events. We are partnering with these amazing queens at the Fly Nubian Money Club. And we just encourage you to come through and really learn something. I believe that this is our ministry. And so, if you are interested in finding out more about me, I'm at Miss Black Hollywood across all platforms. Come see your girl.
Boom.
Boom.
All right. So what does smarter spending look like today? From me, I would say, I was listening and I didn't even think of an answer. Just off the top of my head, I would say smarter spending looks like spending with us. I mean, that's literally what I think it looks like. Investing at a high level so that we can see those returns, but investing at a high level to see returns, but also investing like across the line, right? In our community with Black businesses. One of the things that I try to do is always make sure that there's a Black hand tied to my spending. So while I know I can't necessarily go and get, a Black owned Apple iPhone, when something goes wrong with one of my Apple products, I try to find a Black person or business who can fix it for me, right? I know I can't necessarily get Black State Farm insurance, but I can find a Black State Farm representative to make sure that my insurance goes through their business. So even though I can't always go to the Black source, I always try to make sure, well, how can I make sure that somebody Black is going to get a part of my money while I do business with this other business? So investing with us. Who was I talking to about Black owned businesses? Were we talking about Black owned businesses the other day? Did we do that on Tuesday?
Always.
Okay. We can't just be saying every Black owned business is bad. every experience with the Black-owned business can't take away every experience you have with the Black-owned business so that you don't do it. We have to find the good businesses to do business with and be intentional about it. So what does smarter spending look like today? Doing more business with Black businesses, good Black businesses, and investing in those businesses or other businesses so that you can have a return. I am Dr. Lene Javette. I am a brand new brilliant strategist and business coach. I specifically help service-based Black entrepreneurs who have a talent, a skill, or knowledge that they want to build a business around. I help you to brand that brilliance so that you can make money. Shmoney's, and I will most likely be having our conversation on Saturday. So,
yay! Can I show the flyer again then?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna do it. Do you have a link that you could put into the chat, Dr. Lene?
For them to sign up? Oh, it's the one that I sent to you. If you could do the outro, but I'll do the outro. If you can do some small talk, I can post in the chat.
Okay. Okay, I can do that because I want to kind of piggyback off. Go get the link.
Okay.
And I want to piggyback off what Dr. Lene just said. She said that we need to buy Black, and I was just thinking that also comes up of that $2 trillion that we have in the Black community. Only 2% of that goes back into the Black community. Only 2% of that goes into the Black community. I think Constance and I did like some type of we had a conversation, and Constance said basically I think we figured out if we at least spend 10% in the Black community, all we got to do is bump that 8%. We can literally save a lot of the issues that are in the Black community by just buying Black a little bit more. And so I would just say that maybe we don't haul off and go. Just be aware of what you're spending. Are you ready? Because I'm just talking. But just be aware.
Share it.
Did you share it?
I put it in the back for you. I need you to. I can't share it.
So I can share it. Okay. But yeah, just be aware, y'all. Just be aware. I mean, I think that's what we do here every day. Just trying to raise your consciousness around what you're spending. 8%. That'll change the Black community completely.
Completely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
So first, thank you for joining us today. Sneaker culture has always been part of the culture, but moments like this make people stop and think about what drives consumer behavior. When hundreds of people are willing to stand outside in freezing temperatures for a pair of shoes, it raises a real question about hype, influence, and priorities. We should show up for us the way we show up for them. That's always my go-to. Again, I will be having a training on Saturday. It's called Brilliant But Not Broke, just still at the same level. Why smart Black entrepreneurs plateau in business. Tiara shared the link. It starts at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Aisha's having a session today with Rise at 3 o'clock. So we are doing things to help you be fly and get your money up. Okay, Fly Money Club is here. Make sure you sign up. Did I miss anything?
That's it. Oh, text Queens to 87948 just in case. But make sure you get those links out. Register now. Can they register on that Zoom link?
Yeah, that's the link to register. You can register.
Okay, perfect. Register, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all again tomorrow. But that's it. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, text Queens to 87948. And yeah, we on Spotify and all of things. And if you love what we do here, please share it. Please like, share, subscribe. Come on, y'all.
Awesome sauce. All right, you guys. For myself, Dr. Lene Javette, Miss Black Hollywood, aka Tiara Williams, Renee, and Aisha Verzi. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Fly Nubian Money. We will see you guys tomorrow. Go out and have a blessed day. Stay Black and be one.